I'm going to assist Maya in the kitchen and do what she tells me to do.
Today we're going to make apple crisp. This delicious apple crisp that Riz made. Welcome back to our channel. Today's video is part of a holiday cooking video series to show you plant-based options for the family. Make sure to check the notes in the YouTube description section for the ingredients and to find out more about recipes. Hope that you enjoy, and if you make this recipe, please let me know. Make sure to subscribe so that you can be updated every time we upload a new video. Thanks for watching. So first of all, I actually wondered, have you ever had apple crisp? Is this something that you grew up with?
Not really grew up with because, I ate more ethnic food growing up in a Pakistani family. But I had it occasionally here and there, maybe at friends or holidays or something like that.
I like apple pie. That used to be one of my favorites, but I can't really say that I actually have ever had apple crisp. I tested one recipe out recently. Today's recipe is by Chef Julia Dunaway from here in the Fort Worth, Texas area. And I liked her recipe, so I decided I'm going to follow her instructions. She uses kind of the red apples. The other recipe that I tested out used green apples. But I think, like I said, I like how she did it. So we have a combination of like Gala and Honeycrisp apples.
Yeah, I use Honeycrisp apples in my smoothies, so we had a bunch in the fridge.
We have about 4 or 5 apples in here. And I tried to slice them evenly. All we have to do is just put together the rest of our ingredients, and then this all goes in the oven.
Okay.
So now you have your apples in a large bowl, and you're going to combine the apples with the apple juice.
Okay, we have 6 ounces of unsweetened apple juice here.
Yes. You're going to put the lemon juice in there.
This is 2 teaspoons of lemon juice. Okay.
We're going to add vanilla.
2 teaspoons.
Our cinnamon.
2 teaspoons again.
And then now you can use arrowroot. This is Chef Julia's recipe. We're going to use cornstarch because this is organic. Otherwise, use arrowroot. So we can put that in there. You're going to add a nutmeg. Okay, and then you can kind of get in there.
Same way I do my operations.
Have about 5 apples in there.
I'm guessing this is about 4 pounds right here.
Yeah.
It's really smelling good.
Yeah. And
we got some juice at the bottom. That smells great.
By the way, the first time I tested out the apple crisp recipe with someone else's recipe, the apples were very dry and they didn't soften enough. And I think that unsweetened apple juice is part of the secret. So now we're going to transfer everything to the baking dish. I'm looking forward to this because this is a cold day. We have some cold days ahead, and having a nice warm dessert like this kind of reminds me of an apple pie. And I don't eat a lot of sweets, but apple pie was one of my favorites. And then we're going to pour the liquid over it. So far, so good. So this is what it's looking like.
So we'll set this aside.
Now we get the next bowl. And we're going to combine the oats. Yeah, sorry about that. Okay, the flour. So if you wanted to use that, it's okay. And the maple syrup. We're going to mix that up a little bit. Looks nice.
Okay, that's as mixed as it gets.
So now we're going to take that and top the apples. The apples with the mix. I'm getting excited. And then our walnuts and the dates will just kind of sprinkle on the top.
And that's good enough. Something we say in the operating room is the enemy of good is better. So when you try to make something better than it already is, you can screw it up. So that's good enough. All right, what's next?
Would you sprinkle these on top? I really like the addition of the walnuts. Okay, because I've never had apple crisp like growing up. I can't say that I miss like whatever other ingredients it might have had, like butter or dairy. Or for me, it's a treat because I don't eat a lot of desserts anyway. So this is something I'm looking forward to. This is going to get real sticky.
They're not going to really. I'll just try to throw them around a little bit.
So you love dates.
I do. I grew up eating dates. Not a typical American thing, but my family always ate dates. My parents, if they ever went to the Middle East, they'd always come back and bring me boxes of dates. And so I'm a date snob. You know, I actually have my preferred types of dates that I like. And I've had, dates prepared a million different ways.
I think you introduced me to a few things that I wasn't used to, like some spices and things like that. But your appreciation for dates is something that was very new to me, because I wouldn't know the difference between a good and a bad date.
Well, there you go. Then
that sounded weird.
Well, and you're talking about food, right?
Right.
But
and also
then that's good. Then you probably appreciate them all.
You've taught me that sometimes when I go to the India Bazaar and I get the dates, you kind of show me how dry you really like them. So if they're too sticky, you like to expose them, like leave them on a plate and without a cover and let them dry a little bit, right?
Yeah, I like my dates on the drier side. One date I liked a lot was that in Pakistan, when we would go when I was younger, they would have dates that they put out, they laid out in the sun to dry, and they actually became real firm, almost like beef jerky. And so then you could just chew them and they're real dry. And they actually last a lot longer that way, but I really enjoyed those. It did take some of the sweetness out of them too, so it wasn't overly sweet.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, and so basically all we do is just cover.
You cover it, and I'll get the oven set for
45 minutes. Yeah, so when I tested out the other recipe, the other apple crisp recipe, I did not, well, first of all, I put the apple crisp in the toaster oven because I don't really use the main oven that much. And they were kind of dry. I did not use the extra liquid that this has, and I did not have the foil. So I trust Chef Julia that she is making it right. Now, both recipes that I tested out did call for sugar, anywhere between 1 tablespoon to 3 tablespoons. We decided to omit the sugar. Dr. Riz is actually highly sensitive to sugar, and when something is very sweet, his cheeks flush, his ears tingle, sometimes his hands tingle. Ooh, look at that. That is beautiful.
bubbling nice.
Yeah. Back in the oven she goes for another 10 minutes. Wow, honey, it's beautiful. As a matter of fact, the unsweetened apple juice kind of sweetens the apples themselves, so it's going to be very sweet, so do not add sugar. Is it ready yet?
I think so. It's bubbling, so it's pretty hot. I think we're going to have to let it sit a while.
Look at this. This looks beautiful. It's good, right?
Very nice.
The apples are nice and soft.
And the oats lend a nice crunchiness to it. And the walnuts.
Do you think it needed the sugar?
Nope, not necessarily.
Right? So don't add sugar.
I'm going to go sit down and finish this. See you later.
This delicious apple crisp that Riz made. Okay guys, if you like this video, please hit the like button and make sure to subscribe.
Don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe.
Hit that notification button.